Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Temperatures across the region right now are really in the 60s, pretty uniform, upper 60s to lower 60s across the Northeast region. And as we look at the satellite picture, clear skies for a lot of folks as we wake up today. You have to head all the way towards coastal regions here, where we've got a little bit thicker cloud cover on this Tuesday morning. The radar is clear across the Northeast. We've got all sorts of shower and thunderstorm activity across the central U.S. down into the Southeast, and some of that is going to eventually make its way into our area here as we head into the end of the week. We'll look at that with the high-resolution NAM model, again taking it through the afternoon today, watching for things to be relatively quiet. Let's go ahead and backtrack. This will be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, maybe a couple isolated showers popping up across portions of central New York, but really a dry day for just about everyone as we head through our Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday morning now, we're going to start to increase those thunderstorm chances as we head into the afternoon. First across the north, maybe a couple scattered storms across upstate New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine on Wednesday afternoon. And then we've got our tropical disturbance making its way up from the southeast through the mid-Atlantic Wednesday night and then into the northeast region on Thursday. And that's going to be associated with a cutoff low that's going to finally be making its way out of the southern U.S. And so we're going to turn on the precipitation here as we head into the weekend across the northeast region, into the end of the week, into the weekend. So Thursday morning, waking up with widespread showers and storms likely across western and central Pennsylvania. That could bring a good dose of rain to some regions there across the west. Moving into western New York as we head into Thursday afternoon. So really just getting started as we get into Thursday afternoon. You can see that corridor of precipitation making its way up here, that tropical disturbance. This is all the scattered daily shower and storm activity from a very summer-like pattern across the midsection of the country. As we go ahead and take a look at where we're headed then, we're going to watch this cutoff low across the south finally get picked up by the upper level jet stream, the northern stream here, and kind of swung into the northeast region as we head into the end of the week. This is going to bring a cooler air mass, kind of bringing an end to this warmer run that we've had across the northeast region as we head into the weekend and early next week. At the same time, a ridge begins to build in across the midsection of the country. That's going to allow for a summer-like warm-up across the Corn Belt. Let's go ahead and take a look at the jet stream flow at 300 millibars. Again, bringing it back to Tuesday. Here's our cutoff low, just kind of spinning away across the midsection of the country or across the southern U.S. Meanwhile, the northern stream of the jet stream across the U.S. and the Canada border. So as we take the drawings off of here, we're going to see the cutoff low finally get picked up by the northern stream right there as we get into Friday. And that's going to help kind of amplify a trough across the northeast region. It's going to be associated with that amplification as we head into the weekend. And again, this is what's going to allow a pattern that's going to allow for a big warm up across the midsection of the country, but some cooler air to begin spilling into the northeast region as we get into the end of the week, the weekend, and early next week. The precipitation forecast then as we head through the next several days, again, relatively dry for just about everyone as we head through Tuesday and Wednesday. It's Thursday morning that we start to bring in that rain from the south associated first with that tropical system, but then really being kind of continued by the cutoff low that's going to be picked up by the northern stream of the jet stream. So this is our daily rain chance here as we head into Friday morning now, into Saturday, and then finally coming to an end as we head into Sunday as the front begins to sweep through. That's going to bring that cooler air mass. It'll bring an end to the precipitation, allowing us to dry out as we head into early next week. So just looking at the next 5 days of precipitation, again, a big corridor expected to see quite a bit of rain here across the southeast into the mid-Atlantic. Some of that being wrung out as it makes its way into the northeast region. We're looking at kind of some areas maybe seeing an inch to an inch and a half of rain, but really an uneven distribution here where those corridors are going to end up. Other folks may be seeing a few tenths to a half an inch of precipitation. So I think the ceiling for most folks across the northeast, maybe an inch and a half of rain, maybe 2 inches in a couple localized area, but a lot of folks picking up at least a few tenths of an inch as we head through the weekend. So we're looking at the next 5 days on the left and then days 6 through 10 on the right. Precipitation on top, temperatures on the bottom. Again, as we head through the next 5 days, much warmer than average. Those are coming to an end, though, as we head into the first 5 days of June. We'll be on the cooler side. We get that precipitation in relatively uneven distribution here over the next 5 days before a big chunk of the eastern two-thirds of the country shifts to a much drier pattern into the first 5 days of June. I'll look at your high temperatures of the next few days. Again, you'll see the evolution here. This warm air mass makes its way off to the east. This warmer air mass starts to make its way into the central part of the country. And then cooler temps across the Midwest, those begin to pivot into the Northeast as we head into the end of the week. So Your high temperatures today, 80s and 90s across the northeast, very similar, but cooling off across the south as we head into our Wednesday with clouds and precipitation making their way into southern Pennsylvania, keeping things a little bit muted there, upper 70s to low 80s. Cooling off more widespread as we head into Thursday, still warmer than average, and then Friday, Saturday, you're seeing that cooler air mass begin to expand here as Monday.